everyone, today we have a simple one-pan vegan gluten-free recipe that took less than 45 minutes. If you want to see how we got this, keep watching.
Hey everyone, so welcome to the first recipe video. So to start off with all the ingredients that we're going to need, some potatoes, however many depending on the amount of people that are eating. I'd say about, depending on the size of the potato, if it's something large like this, it's about 1 potato per person, and if it's a smaller potato like these, it's about 2 per person. So however many people are going to be eating, me and my partner are going to just suffice with just 2 potatoes. We're going to have about half of this onion we're going to chop up, and then we have some broccoli we're going to chop up, and then we pre-made the other day some Beyond Beef crumbles and bell peppers because I don't have a freezer here, so we pre-made those. And then as far as seasonings go, I'm just going to run through them really fast before we get into all the cutting. Very first thing is going to be Chef Ahki. The spice is electric, phenomenal, different seasonings. It is organic, non-hybrid, alkaline, very phenomenal. I put that with a little bit of salt. Definitely doesn't need it if you don't want it. Might not even include it. And if you don't have the Chef Ahki seasoning, some nice lemon pepper will do just fine with a little bit of garlic. So when the potatoes are this large, I personally work with them on a smaller level. I like small potatoes, but if you are a type of person that prefers larger slices, definitely go for the larger slices. Personal preference on it. I like them small enough where I can eat several in a bite, but large enough where my fork can pick them up. And then so as I finish cutting up every section, I'm going to go ahead and put it onto a pan with parchment paper. I definitely prefer cooking with parchment paper or even those reusable baking pads, because aluminum has been linked to different things like Alzheimer's and what have you. So definitely, oh, I wish I had a larger pan. In this kitchen, we have a small oven. So I like to say, if I can do it in this kitchen, you can do it anywhere. I'm working with a 8 by 13 inch pan, so quite small. Moving on to the broccoli. So sometimes when you purchase broccoli, you can purchase them as these florets. Sometimes they come with the longer stems. You can keep those stems and use them in soups and things. We just got the florets because with these types of dishes, we kind of just keep them up high more so. Just kind of a personal preference. Like I said, the size in which we have is more limited. So once we cut it, you can see the way that it's pretty open like this, so you can just start to actually pick them off if you'd like. Whenever I cook, I like to think of cooking as a form of meditation. It really is. It's a form of self-love and meditation, to be able to have the ability to nourish your body and fill it with good nutrients. It is definitely, it's a luxury. It is a form of self-love to fill yourself with nutrients continuously. So again, I'm just setting that right next to the potatoes. And again, just like the potatoes, the amount of broccoli that you choose to serve is dependent on the amount of people that are going to be eating, and also if you're making this just for a single dinner or if you're making it for also a lunch option. Like a leftover lunch, whether you take it to work or you just want to reheat something up the next day, quick and easy. Right. Broccoli has a lot of fiber. It's full of different vitamins. It actually helps boost the immune system. It can help lung tissue grow back as well. So good on broccoli for that. Oh, I guess that was all for the broccoli. Okay, we'll see how much gets put on here. We might grab another bit. Let's see, we'll just have it lined up to here. I heavily encourage getting to a place of intuitive eating in terms of understanding how much your body needs and when. It is always about the quality of food you're eating, not necessarily the quantity, in terms of things of like protein and meeting all of these macros and all of these things. It's more so about, are you eating the amount of vitamins that you need to stay sufficient? Are you staying hydrated? Are you loving yourself with the food that you're eating? All right, so this is what our pan looks like so far. I'm going to go ahead and take this meat real fast, because then when I cut my onion, I'm going to sprinkle the onion on top of everything. And so there is some bell pepper in this. Just went ahead and we chopped that up. I made this the other day, and these are really awesome to make. It's kind of a meal prep because we've used these for pasta. We've have the potential to make rice bowls with it, although instead I'm making this one pan. You can also, instead of using Beyond Meat products, you can also make a sort of taco meat out of lentils and quinoa. I can definitely make a video about that when I make that next. I've been really craving that. It's been a while since we've had that. It's been a while since we've had this meat as well, so felt like treating ourselves. Alright, we're going to put the onion and then put the seasonings on top of this. So we're going to go ahead and put that aside while we get started on our onion. I'm going to work with about half an onion. Alright, so I had to step aside to wash my hands and everything because of the onion. So it's kind of spread everywhere. It is more onion than I kind of anticipated, but onion is phenomenal for you, so we're going for it. It's going to help with blood circulation and yeah, lots of really great things. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, just put that all over. And then, so we are using Chef Ahki's seasoning. Like I said, if you don't have it, lemon pepper would probably be the best way to describe this, with a little bit of garlic since you already got your onion on here. This is phenomenal, phenomenal seasoning. So kind of just give that a nice little twirl. And I have the oven preheating to 400 right now. with aluminum foil, not only are you avoiding the chemicals from the aluminum seeping into your food, but the parchment paper allows for the food to have a nice crispness to it, and it makes the cooking process a little bit faster. Definitely always super clean. You just lift this all up, and you don't need any sort of oil or anything because parchment paper is a natural non-stick sort of base, so definitely don't need any of that.
All right, we are at 6 minutes left on the timer, and I took them out just to kind of mix things around a bit as they get their last few minutes. I'm probably gonna leave it in longer than 6 minutes just because of the potatoes. Let me double check. Yeah, the potatoes need more time. I'm gonna set you guys down so I can do this with more than one hand. Alright, so we gave them a nice mix in each individual section, and they're gonna go right back in the tiny little oven. And like I said, I might leave this in a few minutes longer than 6 minutes, which is what's left on the 20 minutes, so it might be a total of about 25 minutes in there. I don't always cut my potatoes up that large when it's usually that large. I do a pre-step of putting the potatoes on the stove to kind of let them cook a bit since they take the longest to cook out of everything on the pan. Usually I will cut them up into smaller pieces and it's able to cook a bit faster. That was my own hindsight faux pas, but you know, trial and error. Didn't really have the time nor the energy to put it on the stove, so we're just gonna put it in the oven for a few minutes longer and see what we get. All right, so decided to mix it around. So I think in the last clip I had mentioned my potato chunks are not usually this big. I usually cut them smaller, and when I do them this big, I usually would put them in a pan first to cook a bit longer because they take the longest to cook. So we're just gonna mix this all around and do with what we got, put it in a few minutes longer because I did not feel like putting it on the stove, you know, real talk, which is the reality of what we're trying to make. We got a small kitchen. I don't have a dishwasher. Making a one pan thing because I don't feel like bothering with more. So this is the reality of it. We're mixing it around and we're gonna put it in. Oh, lost potato. Put it in for just a few minutes longer. See, should we dash any seasoning on it? Yeah. Mmm. Delicious. Mmm. No, we're gonna do a little garlic. That onion flavor is really coming through. Just a pinch more. There we go. All right. And like I said earlier, if you don't have Chef Ahki seasoning, although it's phenomenal and I highly recommend you purchase it, you can suffice with using the seasonings that you have in your kitchen. All right. We're gonna pop this sucker back in. Oven is still at 400. There you go. There's the final result. If you liked it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you remake it, go ahead and tag me on Instagram at Total Wellness MBS. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon.